What is up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Wednesday. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up. February 1st, 2023. I'm your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you every day. You know how we do it. I hope you checked out the recruiting podcast / video on Monday for your updates, portal news, all that good stuff. Today, topic is 5 guys who got to show me something. 5 guys on the team. Some of them starters. Some of them will be starters. Some of them will get a lot of playing time. But I have 5 guys who got to show me something this year. I need to see something. Okay. And I'll get into the details on each one as I scoot up to the desk here and get close to the microphone. All right. Number 1, Julian Fleming. All right. Julian Fleming came in highly touted, 5-star, the resume in the 2020 class. So this is his 4th year on campus. We need to see him make that next step. He had a decent year, got through kind of his bumpy injury issues early on in the season. Had some big catches, some big plays, downfield, but just had played in 11 games, had 52 targets, 34 receptions for 533 yards, 6 touchdowns. All right. You probably remember a lot of the big plays being that post route deep over the middle, where he's roasting a safety or something. So his reception percentage, though, is not great. That's what I'm getting at. His reception percentage is 65%. He grades out at a 68 on PFF as a receiver. That's not going to get it done. Also, perimeter blocking in the run game. The entire wide receiver room has to improve in that area, to be honest. But you got to be better at perimeter blocking, in the run game. And it's brutal to watch some of these guys just olay a defender. It's really bad. So Julian Fleming, you got to show me something. I need to see a next jump. I know you got 2 other studs in the room with Emeka and Marvin Harrison Jr. I get that, but you got to be reliable. You got to be you can't have all the drops. Honestly, you can't. So we gotta clean up that drop percentage and continue working on the blocking. You got to show me something. All right. Guy number 2 that needs to show me something, right in the same area, G. Scott Jr. Again, same deal. Came in highly touted, made the position switch. I know. So this is his 4th year on the team, in the program. So where is it? Where there's multiple areas where you need to improve, honestly. Let's look at blocking. You got to be able to block. You got to be a willing blocker. You're not just a pretty face out there running around, making catches and catching touchdowns, hoping you get a BJ after the game. You got to block. Your blocking is horrendous. So let's look at run blocking here. G, you graded out a 48.6 in PFF. That is terrible. The receptions, I'm not going to hit him too hard on that. He played in 12 games, had, what do we have here? Yeah, played in 12 games. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Pass blocking, you're not going to be asked to pass block too much unless we're max protecting and keeping an extra tight end in to block. But the run blocking at 48.6 is terrible. That's bad. We got to tighten that up. And the tight end room as a whole needs to tighten that up. Joe Royer, with his limited playing time, did not grade out well either. He was like a 54, but we're focusing on G. Scott here. So what else do we need to clean up from G. Scott Jr.? Well, he had 7 targets, 5 catches, 1 touchdown. Okay. Limited action, I get it. So what about his drops? I had 2 drops on the season is what I'm coming up with, but his grades in receiving are not great either, according to PFF, a 54.4. So he's got to work on this. All right. You can't have a guy that we're going to line up in 12 personnel a lot. You can't have a guy that is a liability out there. Cade's obviously your starter, but when we go into 12 personnel, we got to have another reliable dude. And I could easily see Joe Royer leapfrogging G. Scott and taking some of his snaps. That could happen. So, all right, guy number 3. Let's go over to the defense. Finish up with these 3. Jack Sawyer, you got to show me something. I'm not sure the guy played much last year. I know he did. I saw him out there. But look at these grades. Tackling, a 67. Missed tackles, only 3 sacks, 11 tackles, 12 assists, 4 misses. That's a problem. He's playing that Jack role. I'm not sure it's perfect for him. I personally prefer he be an edge rusher. I'm not sure that Jack position is all it's cracked up to be, but he's got to improve on the tackling. He's getting to the quarterback occasionally. He did have 17 hurries, that was 3rd on the team, and had a few batted down balls. He got a couple of hits on the quarterback, had 3 sacks. So he's getting back there, but it's got to be more consistent. That's my thing with Jack. We know he's got the talent, another 5-star. I keep saying this, it seems like another 5-star talent that's got to show me something. He's got to be more consistent. I don't want to say be like JT, but he's got to be more consistent too, honestly. But Jack has to be consistent and be better. Show me something, Jack. Next up, Steel Chambers. Similar things here with Steel. He had a good year. I need to see more though. Let me pull up his record here. So yeah, in pass coverage, not great. He did have some good pressure numbers on the quarterback. He had a total of 14 pressures and 2 sacks. They don't blitz him too much, but he's able to get some pressure when he does. The alarming issue here with Steele is 13 missed tackles on the year. That is 3rd worst on the team. That's bad. That's real bad. So you got to clean that up. We need to see consistency. He's a liability in coverage as well. He grades out a 64.5 according to PFF in coverage, a 61.9 in tackling, a 67 in run defense. So these tackling numbers, and he's one of those guys that'll, I think we've said this before, he'll have a big game where he shows up and has a few splash plays, but then he'll disappear for a game or 2, and you won't even see him in the stat sheet. So Steel Chambers, clean up the tackling, get better in all phases. Excuse me. Burp. Next up, what do we have here? Jordan Hancock, potentially a starter in the secondary. That's a big deal. So let's talk about Jordan Hancock here. He's got to get better in coverage. His coverage grade is a 41.9. He's potentially your other corner, your second starting corner, Denzel and Jordan Hancock. This has to improve drastically, or he's going to get jumped by one of the younger guys. There's no 2 ways about it. He had 7 targets. I know he had the hamstring injury through all of fall camp last year and into the season, but he eventually did get in there. And so he had 7 targets, allowed 4 catches for 57% receiving, only 87 yards on those. So didn't allow any touchdowns. Did not have any pass breakups or anything like that. So tackling, he's fine on tackling. He did have 2 misses, though. That seems like a lot for only having 4 tackles and an assist. You can't have 2 misses, dude. That's like 50% of your tackling. So, Jordan Hancock, you got to show me a lot, dude. If you're going to be a starter, again, another highly touted guy coming in. This will be his 3rd year in the program. Stay healthy. You got to show me something, man. All right. That's all I got for you today, folks. 5 guys that got to show me something. Have a good one. Hope your week's going well. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And hit me up anytime, comment. Find me on Twitter, email me, however you like to get in touch. I'll always hit you back. All right. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.